Hello and welcome to Fort Lauderdale Beach. And here the beach is definitely a ski world. Once a touristic destination, today Fort Lauderdale has grown to much more. And today we're gonna definitely talk about it, why it is so cool to consider it either for your primary residence, for investment, or as a place to vacation. This is Katy with Realestatika and welcome to Fort Lauderdale. Hey guys, as it is probably not the first video of mine that you are watching, you probably know that I'm your real estate guide. And I actually just made up this profession because it does not exist. But truly what we are talking usually about is about the different location, different part of the city of Greater Miami and Fort Lauderdale. And you're definitely going to find a lot of useful information like today, where is better to live for you and for your family. Fort Lauderdale is very well known as a yacht capital of United States for sure. I guess it also may be soon the capital of the world. No surprises, the largest boat show takes place here in October every year. And of course, there is a reason for this. Fort Lauderdale has over 165 miles of inland waterways, or what locals call it intercoastal. Birch, Fort Lauderdale is definitely deserves own mention in this video. To me, it is one of the best buildings right now, right on the ocean, that offers to you full service and fantastic views along the great architecture and design. And by the way, Birch is a home to my favorite spa in Miami area. It's called Ivara, and you can actually book one of the procedures in the spa and enjoy all the day right on the beach. Fort Lauderdale actually has its own Golden Beach situation, meaning there are single family homes that are situated right on the sands. So you have the city main amenity right here, and it is amazing. There are not a lot of them for sure, and the list available I think is for 12 million. I'm gonna share a secret as Fort Lauderdale and one of my favorite spots to come and show the houses. It has a reason, because it has actually the best from both worlds. On one hand, it's still touristic town and a super popular spot to come. But on the other hand, it is really fantastic residential neighborhoods basically, as the different part of the city is different. But still, if you want to live here full time, you can definitely, and I recommend you to do so. A lot of people, of course, heard about how cool the Fort Lauderdale and why it is called the Venice of the United States, but not a lot of us actually been inside these intracoastal communities. You can definitely check how it is nice and quiet inside, and look how big is the capacity. You can park here the boat of any size basically. And the ocean access is super easy as well. Even though we are not fishing today, but I'm impressed, like just the minute I step closer to the water, I see at least one barracuda. Also, my friend here shared that there are a lot of puffer fishes. I mean, you can always go fishing with bare hands in Fort Lauderdale. Lauderdale by the Sea actually deserves a separate spot. It's a very bright piece of Fort Lauderdale, has its own life and vibe. Why it is cool to me? Because I think every time I come here, I'm missing one thing. Can you guess what? I think I'm missing this Salt Life cap. You know, because most of the crowd who are here, they're mostly locals, and they are part of this oceanfront lifestyle. By the way, I think as close as Fort Lauderdale can be close to Key West, it's actually here. Look at this Key West vibe. The cool thing about this place as well, that it will work for families with kids different ages. It's super family friendly due to the amount of parks and playground in the area. The actual motto, relax, you're here, says it all. I definitely cannot say that burgers are my favorite type of food, but here you cannot avoid this spot because this is the very first Burger 5 that was created by two chefs that basically came to retire in Fort Lauderdale. And guess what happened? Now it grew to a big burger empire. Lauderdale by the Sea is one of those places where you can find a lot of restaurants and cafes in walking distance. Also, it is a very popular spot where you can easily get any of the short-term rental properties. Don't forget, there are like 5 ice cream shops on only 2 blocks of Fort Lauderdale by the Sea. And the reason why it is so cool that you're watching this tour, I can tell you which one is the cheapest. I love shopping, and welcome to my favorite store in Fort Lauderdale. It is actually Barnes & Noble, so the local special goes to this place. The reason why, of course, I like this place that because you can get your regular cappuccino. I mean, Starbucks doesn't need extra advertising, but you can sip it and you can get the fresh press or any kind of book or magazine and just enjoy it. Just to show you how the Fort Lauderdale can be different, I would like to show you this location. If I wouldn't be here myself, I definitely can tell that this looks more like West Palm Beach, but we are right in the heart on Fort Lauderdale. The Olas Boulevard just on my left-hand side, and the whole downtown with high-rises is in front of me. We kept the best feature for the very last moment. We are here on the world-famous Olas Boulevard. You would probably ask me why it is the world-famous. There are a lot of reasons for this. One of those that this is the place that the chances are 99.9 that if you ever stayed in Fort Lauderdale, you dined here or you came here for a walk. The dining on Las Olas takes a special place in my heart because there is my favorite Mexican restaurant right here. It calls El Camino. Be careful, you never actually gonna be able to reserve the table over there because they only first come, first serve reservation. Another reason to spend some time on Las Olas Boulevard is that it gives you really this historical vibe. Some of the spots really similar to Italy style, and there are really very wide streets that you can take a stroll on. As you guys all remember that I'm actually not a tour guide, but your real estate guide. We're gonna talk a bit about real estate scene in Fort Lauderdale area. Imagine there are right now 1,800 units for sale in Fort Lauderdale, and attention, 800 of those are single family homes. It's really a huge amount. It means that the density here in Fort Lauderdale is really low. So it is still a heaven for those of you who would like to live in the single family home because it gives you really wide variety of options. How big house that you should have, do you think that would fit your family, where it needs to be located, how big your boat dog should be. So this all we can definitely cover in Fort Lauderdale area. Las Olas Boulevard is a home to many art galleries, and this is one of the most popular ones. You can find anything here from ancient art to Hall. I mean, just a dozen years ago, Fort Lauderdale was more famous as a retirement destination. Right now, the scene is absolutely different. Fort Lauderdale is a top location for young professionals. I probably should say that a lot about it is because the downtown of Fort Lauderdale has grown tremendously since that time, adding much more job opportunities, companies that are moving their headquarters to the area. Also, Fort Lauderdale real estate scene changed because there are plenty of rental communities, and it is really top buildings that are offering different housing options with relatively easy requirement to move in. So that made Fort Lauderdale super attractive to young professionals and people who are moving here from different states. Family living in Fort Lauderdale can be great for school choices for sure. There are multiple school choices available, from Catholic schools to great public options and charter school. you can choose the option that will be right for your family, and you can be sure that you're going to find it here. Concluding this tour, I would like to underline that to me, Fort Lauderdale is the great spot to live and play, to invest in real estate further. It offers wide variety of things to do and enjoy. It's been Katy with Realestatika. If you feel like this video is something that you appreciate, put the thumbs up, share with your friend who is going to spend some time here in sunny South Florida. I'm pretty sure there is something that you can find very useful from it. Thank you very much. Stay tuned.